Alright guys, we are in the website builder DIY tab of godaddy.com. And now what we're going to go do here is we're going to scroll down until we see the personal, business, and business plus tabs here, the three different options that GoDaddy offers. Now, GoDaddy does have all three of these plans. They're all reasonably priced, but the reality of it is that we don't need to be looking at Business Plus right now. Business Plus has a lot of little things, a lot of little features that you really don't need right when you get started, and you can always upgrade to it later. So it's not really something that we're going to be looking at right now for your first website. And if you do end up needing those things it offers once you've gotten through this video and you've got your website up and made, you can always get those. But like I said, let's start off without this option for now, and let's just look at personal and business. So now it's time to decide between the personal and the business packages. So which one is going to better suit your needs? So let's take a look at the four main differences between the two, and they are cost, the number of themes, the disk space, and the mobile site that you get with the business account that you do not get with the personal account. Now, I want to talk about these points individually. Cost is obvious. The personal is going to cost you a little bit less than the business account, but the themes, you get 300 with the business account and only 50 with the personal. So what exactly are themes? Themes are basically the pre-made templates and the framework of your website that GoDaddy has pre-built for you to use. It's kind of like a pre-made website that you fill in the content and everything that you need to make your website work. The problem with these is that they aren't exactly tailored to what you're going to need. They're a great starting point, but oftentimes they don't fulfill the needs that you have of your website. So you're going to have to really edit them down and make them work for you, but they're a great starting point. When you're looking for these, you want to look for basically the color and the background look. That's mainly what you want to be looking for. Something that fits your business. So, once again, you get 50 with the personal and 300 with the business. So that's something you might want to think about. Now, next is the disk space. The disk space is essentially your storage space that you get on your website. So, what do you use the storage space for? Well, the storage space is going to hold all the information that makes your website look the way that it does. A lot of storage space is going to be taken up by pictures, but 1 gigabyte is actually a lot of storage space, and that's what you get with the personal. With the business account, you get 10 gigabytes, and obviously that's 10 times the storage space. Personally, I have made probably about 5-10 websites with the personal, and they've been pretty picture intensive websites. Never have I had a problem with reaching that 1 gigabyte of disk space limit. I've always had plenty more to go. So I really don't think that you're going to be needing anything more than that 1 gigabyte, especially when you start out, unless you have a very picture intensive website, such as possibly a photography website or something of that nature. So it's just something to think about. And again, if you need the extra storage space, you can always upgrade. The last major difference is going to be the mobile site that you get with the business account that you do not get with the personal account. So all this is, or all a mobile site is essentially your website shrunk down and made easier to navigate for people accessing your website using their phones. What it does is it takes your navigation, your top bar navigation, we'll get into that later, but it takes your navigation and it shrinks it down so it's easier for people on their phones to read and use. Now, it's not absolutely necessary to have this, but it's something you want to consider. It's something you want to look at your client base, and if your client base consists of a whole bunch of teenage girls, let's say, and you're selling earrings, you're probably going to want to have a mobile site because a lot of your clientele is going to be accessing your website using their phones. But if you have a cleaning service business that caters to the elderly, the reality is they probably still have a rotary phone sitting around somewhere at home that they think works. So you probably don't need the mobile site. Once again, it's up to you, but it's just something to consider and you can always upgrade later. Once you've decided that, you can go ahead and pick whichever one you want. I'm going to pick the personal account just for the sake of this tutorial, and we're going to move on to the next screen.